Well, hello everyone, I'm Postmaster Radio, and it's time to bring on the funny. You're listening to Ujokes Weekly, the official podcast highlighting Jonathan Mangum's fantastically funny virtual comedy show Ujokes, where comedians compete for the best joke, plus you guys and gals playing on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever else, you also have a chance to seize the crown of comedy. That's why it's literally comedy gold at your fingertips. And today I'm counting down my top 5 jokes from this week's Ujokes show, Ujokes episode 87, with Jeremy Rowley from iCarly. You may remember him as Doorman Lubert. He went up against Meghan Strange. Now, both Jeremy and Meghan have been on Ujokes before. The question is, who was the ultimate winner? Or again, did one of you guys from the audience take the win from under their noses? Details coming up, but first, a reminder that if you missed last week's Ujokes podcast, to catch up ASAP via the link in the description. And as always, to continuing listeners, thank you so much for coming back. To any brand new ones that are maybe listening from Apple Podcasts or Podchaser, please leave a rating and review if it is not too much trouble. And thank you so much for giving the podcast a chance. Hope you enjoy it. Now, as we do it with every Ujokes podcast, we have the top 5 countdown, followed by the Ujokes Awards, full of additional highlights to come. So keep listening for that. But right now, let's get it going with my top 5 jokes from Jeremy Rowley and Meghan Strange's Ujokes show. Although, funny enough, we don't start off with either of them this time around, because at spot number 5, we're going to get the countdown going with a joke from Team Audience. This is from a game called What's This Invention? For the picture of, I don't even know, it may be easier if you see the pic for yourself from the Ujokes channel, but I guess it's like maybe an old century tire. I know there's a guy riding in it, and though not the actual name of whatever invention we're seeing, Maurice Gray definitely has the right idea, and I'm willing to believe in myself, a curler fallen from the hair of the 50-foot woman. That is Maurice Gray's joke, and it gets the countdown going. Well done, Maurice. You know, that was also the winning joke of the What's This Invention game, so gotta give you some more props for that, Maurice. Oh, and still on What's This Invention, we're still going to stay on that game because at spot number 4 on the countdown, even though she did not win the What's This Invention game, I got to give some props for her joke as well, Miss Meghan Strange.
This is like the next iteration of monster trucks because the tires got so big, they just said, F the truck. I mean, man, let's just do tires. And we can like bumper cars and stuff like that.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. Who needs the car part?
Who needs them? We got these big tires now. I like that.
Give them what they want.
Yep, I'm with you on that, Meghan. Give them what they want. Great joke from Meghan Strange. And now we go on to Jeremy Rowley at spot numero 3 on the countdown for a game called Sounds Like Something. Sounds Like Something. Now, in this game, and I think we've only talked about this once before on the podcast, so you're forgiven if you're thinking to yourself, oh, is this a new game? Kind of yes, kind of no. I think it has popped up a couple times before, but in this game, it's all about the sound effects. So, based on this sound effect, which honestly sounds like a constipating toad, but seriously, based on that sound effect, you gotta tell Jonathan, what the heck is going on with that sound effect? What is that supposed to be the sound of? Jeremy Rowley had a pretty good joke for this one, and normally I don't like putting COVID-19 themed jokes on the countdown. However, I will make an exception in this case because this joke is pretty good.
Joe Rogan giving his medical advice on COVID. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, what else can I say about that except LOL. I literally cannot think of anything else to say for that joke, but yeah, I guess it really does speak for itself. Well done, Jeremy Rowley. And now we go on to spot numero 2 on the countdown, my second favorite joke from the week. Actually, this goes to Team Audience. Team Audience, and this is from a game called Name the Movie. Name the Movie. For the picture of what appears to be Jurassic Church, and by that I mean dinosaurs in a church, if that was not already clear, shout out to Kristen Elliott. No dispute on this one. This was too good to ignore. 4 weddings and a mass extinction. 4 weddings and a mass extinction. No wonder Kristen Elliott won the game Name the Movie. Well done, Kristen. You are very funny. However, unfortunately for you, not funny enough to be at spot number 1 on the countdown. That spot goes to one of the most worthy adversaries on the Ujokes show. So worthy that she's part of the BYOI troupe, Bring Your Own Improv. And not to mention, she has been on Ujokes before, not only for Last Show's Best, but even to sub in for a comedian who canceled at the last minute, Amy Khan, who constantly dominates at spot number 1 on the Ujokes countdown yet again. In her case, we go to Last Show's Best. Now, before I get to Amy's joke, I want to let you know that if you did miss this week's Ujokes show, well, too bad, so sad, but don't worry because you can still get in on all of the fun. Just type your joke in the comment section for YouTube, Facebook, or wherever you're listening from, and if there are any for the week, take part in the Ujokes mini challenges for things like Caption This, because you never know, Jonathan and his producer Josh, they will go back and look at all of the jokes from this week's show, but they may also pick a joke from the mini challenges. And pick a joke? What does that mean? Well, they'll pick a joke that they like the best, and whoever submitted that joke will be invited to compete on the next Ujokes show, which, by the way, if all goes to plan, is coming up on Monday, August the 30th at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 Eastern. That person will compete in the final round of play against Team Audience and against the pros. So yeah, no pressure. And definitely no pressure for Amy Khan, because this was her joke. Remember last week's game, What Are They Famous For? I think we talked about that in honorable mentions. The human rainbow, in Amy's case. And I think she had submitted the joke into the live chat previously when she was playing. So I'm a little bit surprised that joke didn't win the game at the time. But I'm at least glad it got the honorable Last Show's Best title for her joke. The longest served prism sentence. Oh my, a puntastic Amy Khan again. Longest served prism sentence. You really can't beat a puntastic joke like that one from the delightful Amy Khan. Well done, Amy. And with that being said, that is it for the Ujokes countdown. And I gotta say, it's pretty crazy. Team Audience, you guys really dominated today. So Maurice Gray, Kristen Elliott, Amy Khan, well done. I'm really impressed, honestly. And now we go on to the Ujokes Awards, which is like the Oscars, except it's funny. For Comedian of the Week, this was kind of a tough one, but I think in the end, I'm going to give it to Jeremy Rowley. Certainly no offense to the delightful Meghan Strange and her joke from What's This Invention, because she, like pretty much everyone else on Ujokes, is tough competition. But in the end, the winner in my book is Jeremy Rowley. Not only because he's funny, but if I'm being honest, he may have had that little iCarly edge, if you know what I'm saying. But regardless, well done, Jeremy Rowley. You are indeed the Comedian of the Week. For Game of the Week, I think I'm going to give it to What's This Invention. In fact, I am going to give it to that game. Usually a deciding factor for this kind of award is when more than one joke from a given game pops up onto the countdown. Such the case for What's This Invention, so that will be the Game of the Week. The Audience Award, this goes to that special somebody, part of the Ujokes audience that had the best joke. Honorable shout out, of course, to Maurice Gray and Kristen Elliott for their jokes. In the end, a very close call between Kristen and Amy, but Amy Khan with the longest served prism sentence edges it out in the end. Well done, Amy. And as for the manga moment, you know, that award that shines the spotlight on the wonderful Ujokes show host, Jonathan Mangum. You know what I'm going to give it to? A joke he had from the Sounds Like Something game. The sound that almost anybody over 40 would make if they tried to get out of a beanbag chair. Not too shabby, Jonathan Mangum. Great joke from you. That is the manga moment. That is it for the Ujokes Awards. That is almost it for this week's episode of Ujokes Weekly. But first, a couple of final announcements. First, you obviously know that Ujokes is hopefully coming back next Monday night if all goes to plan. Also coming up tonight on the Ujokes YouTube channel at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern is a new episode of FMK Champions, hosted by college humorist Carolyn Page. So check that out. There's also merch for Ujokes and FMK if you want to check that out. Link to that will be in the description. But you know, Ujokes and FMK, they're not the only shows on the channel. There is also High Joke Score, where jokes equal moolah, piles of dough, the cheddar, the cash. If you're interested in being funny for the money, then you gotta watch High Jokes Score. A new episode of that coming up this Friday on the Ujokes YouTube channel. And for more Ujokes fun, you know what to do. Go to ujokes.com, the official Ujokes website, created by Ujokes fanatic Greg in the UK. And I also want to tell you, of course, don't forget to subscribe, review, rate, comment, etc. on YouTube, Spreaker, Spotify, the Apple and Google podcast platforms. The list goes on. You'll find me on almost any podcast platform imaginable. The account links are all in the description. And don't forget, stay connected with me. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Postmaster Radio. Again, the links will be in the description. Thanks again for listening to this week's episode of Ujokes Weekly. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and until next time, well, bye for now. See ya!